What's going on, y'all? I'm just driving back on my way from Masterminds Get Together. I don't know if it was the elevation change or sleeping in that cabin with the propane tank drying me out, but my sinuses are jacked and I can barely talk. However, I feel like I had to make this video while it was still fresh on my mind. I had an absolute blast. Man, there was so many good people up there. And just the amount of knowledge I was able to absorb while there, man, it can't have a price tag put on it. I got to meet a lot of knowledgeable people and a lot of guys who were very willing to share some of their knowledge with me. But beyond that, I had a lot of experience gained in a lot of ways. One thing I learned, have your damn saws ready before you get there. Man, that put me in all kinds of a bind, trying to swap bars and chains and sprockets and taking dogs off and everything. But granted, I didn't really have the opportunity to do that before I left because I had that kidney stone surgery and I was hurting so bad with that stent in me and all that, man. So yeah, ultimately it's my fault no matter what. You know, I should have had it ready before I got there. I should have done more testing. I just wasn't able to. My cup ran over, and I just had so much going on the last few weeks that I wasn't able to do what I needed to. However, another thing I experienced is I fully expected my saws to run different because of the elevation difference. So where I'm at, I'm maybe a couple of 100 foot above sea level. Well, where we were at, we were 2,000 foot above sea level. So one of the things I experienced was my Dolmar 5100. It ran good at home. It was weak. It ran good. It was just weak as pond water up there. And it ain't like I'm making excuses. It wasn't the same saw at all. I don't understand what was going on. So I think what I'm going to do with that saw is when I get home and I get some time, I'm going to run it again, make a video of it. And I think what is going on, and I think one of the reasons I was having issues with it wanting to run under a load more than it did free revving, or not free revving, but like making a light cut. I don't think I'm moving enough air through the muffler. I think that muffler wants to open up more. So I think I'm going to add another port to it. The 6100, I ported for my buddy Caleb. Ran like a firecracker at home. Like, no problems at all. It ran excellent. I went up there, and that damn thing didn't want to run at all. It was falling flat on its face. No matter what I did to the tune, it would not get better. Excuse me, y'all. And then whenever I came back down and I dropped my buddy off, who was about 4 hours from Mastermind's place, I let him run it, and it ran like perfect again. So that saw just did not like the elevation. That's the only thing I can come up with. My 7900, I was going to run it in the 5 cube class. I was going to throw a 16-inch bar on it, run it in the 5 cube class. Nope. I put that 16-inch on it, and that thing was just blubbering. Blah, 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 blah. Would not take a tune. But it was running absolute fine with the 28-inch bar on it. With the 28-inch bar, that thing was screaming through 26 inch, 28 inch oak. So I don't know, man. There's a lot to learn
in
from
half a mile, turn right onto US 80 West.
Yeah, I'm driving. But yeah, so ultimately, I think what I figured out was going on with it was bouncing off the rev limiter with a 28 inch bar in oak at home. So I think whenever I put that 16 inch bar on it, it was instantly.
Take the next right onto US 80 West, then slight left.
It was instantly hitting the rev limiter. And what I was doing was I was leaning it out, thinking, oh, it's just fat. It's just fat. No, it wasn't that it was fat, which, I mean, it was fat, but what I was trying to do to solve the problem wasn't going to solve the problem. It was bouncing off the rev limiter almost instantly. I think that's what was going on. Whether or not it was or not, I don't know, but I think that's what was going on.
Slight left, then turn left onto US 80 East.
So, I'm going to try again to get that unlimited coil.
Turn left onto US 80 East,
okay, I
then
get
turn
it.
right onto Alabama 25 South.
Sometimes the GPS gets aggravating. But yeah, so I think what was going on with that was I wasn't fattening it up enough to keep it off the rev limiter. So I had to scramble, man. Like I was fixing the race. So the only thing I could do was just hurry up and throw that bar on my
Take the second right onto Alabama 25 South.
Jesus Christ. Hang on.
Continue on Alabama 25 South for 36 miles.
Hang on, I'll
Take
be
the
right
next
back.
left.
Okay, maybe this thing will shut up now. So, yeah, I was running out of time. I threw the bar on my 2171 that Charles Briscoe built. And I go up there to race. I haven't tuned this thing. I haven't warmed it up, nothing. I wasn't able to set my rakers on my chain because it was a brand new chain. And I just ran it. Went up there and ran it. Ultimately ended up running one of the guys who finished in the top 3 right off the bat. No, I'm sorry. The first person I raced, I beat. Thank God. I wasn't expecting that. No, I'm wrong. I got beat first run, but they were letting other people run again, so that's where it confused me. The second run, I ended up running a guy I think he won it. But he, when I ran him, he only beat me by like an inch. And I hadn't practiced with that saw, with that chain. I haven't done none of it. I hadn't set the rakers. I didn't know how much downward force I could apply. I just ran it. Threw my luck to the wind and said, here we go, let's see. And I think it actually showed out for what it did, without any practice and me not knowing what the crap I'm doing. So that's where like having your stuff ready comes in. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot from people. I learned a lot about the elevation change. I learned a lot about my saws. My G366 bracer that I built, it did pretty good. I think I ended up like 4th place. I'll take that. My buddy Tim's 365, Tim got injured. He built that 365 to run at Sawfest. He injured his arm, couldn't run it. And, he asked me if I would run it up here. Well, I wanted to run my G366. I put time in that. I wanted to run it. So I got my buddy Doug, Indiana Doug, to run Tim's 365 in the 4Q. And Tim's 365 smoked everybody. Smoked them with a stock chain right out of the box. Excuse me. If that thing would have had a race chain on it, nobody would have even came close. Tim built a absolute maniac of a 365. Another buddy of mine, I let him run my 562 Mark II, built by Bodie. think he got third place. So 3 out of the top 4 were saws that I brought. 2 of them built by other builders, and then mine built by me. So that one I did pretty good. My Dolmar 5100, it shit the bed. It would not lean out at all, and ultimately I think it's because of the muffler. The 5 cube class, I'm sorry, the 6 cube class, I went to run my 385. I could not get my dogs off. The Allen heads stripped, and I couldn't get the dogs off, so I couldn't run a 16-inch bar. Wasn't going to happen. Screwed me like royally. So I threw a 20-inch bar on it, threw a quick tune by ear on it, ran out of the box chain, and didn't know it, didn't realize it. I had a friggin' 8-pin on it. Like, I made a lot of mistakes. But I gained a lot of experience. I gained a lot of camaraderie and friendships up there. But I'm going to share the most rewarding experience I had up there. It kind of touches my heart. I'm not kind of. It really touches my heart. A customer of mine who become a very, very, very good friend of mine. Sorry, y'all, my voice. His name is Mike. A little over a week ago, Mike was cutting firewood. And due to a situation that was beyond his control and his knowledge, Mike got shot. He got shot twice in his arm. I'm not going to continue with the rest of that story, but Mike did what he had to do to make sure he made it home to his family. I had a conversation with a young man up there. I can't remember his name right now. If you're watching this, I apologize that I don't remember your name. I'll know your face the rest of my life, and I'm sure we're going to talk some more and I'll remember your name. I'm just horrible with names. Well, this guy got to know us, and before the event started, I kind of got up to in front of everybody and told a little bit of Mike's story and told him that we were going to try to put something together to try to help him and his family out during this time of need. And then sometime after that, I was talking with this guy, and we talked a little bit about God, and a little bit about chainsaws, and just a little bit about life in general. Well, he was talking to Mike. Mike's a Husqvarna guy. Well, this guy's a steel guy. He loves his steels. I mean, he's got some Husqvarna. He's got some sweet Husqvarnas. And he was asking Mike if he had any steels, and Mike said, "No, man, I love my Husqvarnas." He said, "But there is one steel I'd like to have." He said, "The first pro saw I ever ran was an 044. Man, I'd just love to have me an 044 one day." Well, some time goes by, and I'm over there working on my saws. I'm not paying no attention to what's going on. I'm trying to get ready. Mike and this young man walk up to me, and Mike said, "Warren." And I turn around. Man, he just gave me this 044. And I had to process. I was like, "What? You huh? He gave it to you?" He said, "Yeah, man." And I looked at him and said, "Dude, why'd you do that?" And he said, "Man, I just felt it on my heart." He said, "After getting to know all y'all and hearing his story, talking to him, talking to you, I just had it on my heart to do that." he said, I don't know what to do for him. And I looked at him and I said, pay it back, bro. I said, keep it going. Just pay it forward, bro. I don't mean pay him. I don't mean pay him. Sometime in the future, pay it forward. And there towards the end of the night, Mike came to me and he said, Warren, I'm going to pay it forward, brother. I'm going to give you this Johnson Red 2163. Like, no, you're not. No. What I said, I did not mean for you to pay it forward to me, man. He said, no, man. He said, y'all are doing so much to help me out. Y'all have already done so much to help me out. He said, I want to give this to you. I know you want it. I mean, heck, you called me about it a couple weeks ago when I got it, saying, hey, man, if you'll go get this for me, I'll pay you back. Well, when I did that, Mike already knew about it, and he was already going to get it for himself. Excuse me. So Mike got it for himself. And then Mike got the 044. And so Mike gave me the 2163. Really touched my heart. So, that being said, my buddy Doug, Indiana Doug, he is a huge Dolmar fan. Loves his Dolmars, loves his solos, loves his Dolmars. Well, I got to thinking about that. And I'm like, what do I do? Well, I take my own dadgum advice and I pay it forward. So I look at Doug, I say, hey, Doug, you know that 6100? I got, you said you never ran one, but you really like to run one, maybe have one? Yeah. I said, it's yours, bro. He said, no, man, no. I said, no, man. Man, what kind of a hypocrite would I be to give someone the advice to pay it forward and not do it myself? So I got a 61, 62 cc saw. So I'm going to give away a 61, 62 cc saw, and I'm going to give it to someone who I know is going to love it. Just like that young man gave Mike that 044 because he's going to love it. And just like Mike gave me that 2163 because I'm going to love it. So I gave that to Doug. If any of y'all follow me and y'all seen me preach about camaraderie and brotherhood and lifting one another up, be uplifting, be a fellow brother, be a man, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Being there for one another and sharing a passion that you love, and doing something to touch your fellow man's heart. We're all hard. We got to be hard. Sometimes something happens you can't be. It's not a possibility. I know this is a really, really long video, and I hope y'all are taking the time to watch it because I found a lot up there. I found a lot of knowledge. I found a lot of experience. I learned a lot of lessons. But God taught me a lesson. Taught a few other people a lesson that is more important than anything else that was taught, learned, or gained up there. And that is iron sharpens iron. And that's what we are supposed to do as men. Make one another better. Make one another stronger. Make one another more confident. Supportive. Uplifting. Build that structure in one another that makes us a formidable brotherhood. And I would trade anything that I experienced up there for anything in the world. other than my family. This is the longest I have been away from my wife and my kids since I've been married. And as much fun and experience as I had up there, as crazy as they drive me, good Lord, do I miss them. So I'm driving back home, and I can't wait to wrap my arms around all three of them. And I want to continue to do this. I want to continue to meet people and travel and put my souls in other people's hands, and continue to grow a brotherhood and relationships that last forever. In looking back at all that, saying all that, Randy Evans, mastermind, dude, you are amazing. You put on a great gathering of brothers, and I can't thank you enough for the invite. I will be back, and I'm coming with some artillery next year, by God. I'm taking what I have learned, and I'm coming back bigger, badder, and stronger. But ultimately, it's all thanks to the experiences that I've gained, the relationships that I've gained, and the knowledge that I've gained. And I did that because of your invite. So thank you very much, sir. And maybe I can bring my family with me next year. So I think this video is more than long enough. I highly doubt most of you are going to watch all of it. But if you do, thank you. God bless you. God bless everybody that I met. God bless all the experience. And that gentleman who gave that saw to Mike, dude, you don't know what kind of a seed you may have planted. You started something, and guys, let's continue it. Let's keep rolling with that. Let's see how far this will go. Let's see how far this will track. I'll try to find that man's name and put it in the comments or in the description. We're friends on Facebook. I just got to look it up. But I'll find it and I'll put his name in. So it started with you, brother. It went to Mike. Then it went to me. Now it's going to Doug. So if Doug feels it in his heart, or has somebody he knows that might want a saw or whatever, if he chooses to continue it, hopefully the next person will. And then hopefully the next person will. It's not about charity, it's about brotherhood. So let's see how far this will go. God bless every one of you. I love every one of you. And thank you for taking the time to watch my videos and follow and this and that. I'll try to upload some videos of what went on there. Somehow a lot of my videos either got erased or lost or what. I don't know. But I know I took a crap load more videos than I did, but they're gone. So keep watching. I'll upload what I can. And like I said, God bless y'all. Thank you again. Y'all take care.